This rich guy and this poor guy were sitting there discussing life, and then one of them mentions to the other one that one of the other one is married. So, and both of their wedding anniversaries are the same day. So the rich guy tells the poor guy that his wedding anniversary is the next day, and tells him, hey, I'm thinking about getting my wife a few things. I'm gonna run it by you, and you tell me what you think. So the poor guy's like, all right, man, go right ahead, I got you. So the rich guy's like, look, he's like, my wife is used to the finer things in life, so I was planning on getting her. Um, I was planning on getting her a Mercedes and probably a day at the spa. And he's like, all right. And so the rich man's like, and what do you think about getting your wife? And he's like, man, I don't know yet. He's like, there's so many different, choices. I haven't even really decided. So he's like, all right. So the next day goes by. They don't see each other because they're on their anniversary. Then the day after that, they're both at the coffee shop again. So anyway, the poor guy's like, so how'd your wedding anniversary go? And the rich guy's like, well, it went pretty good, man. He's like, I got my wife what I told you I was gonna get her. He's like, I got her the Mercedes. I got her the Mercedes. I went ahead and got her a weekend at the spa. He's like, well, what'd you get her the Mercedes for? And he was like, well, that way she can drive herself to the spa. I won't have to do it. She can do it herself. He was like, oh, all right. He was like, well, what's the day at the spa for? And he was like, well, me working as many hours as I do and everything, I'm never home, so, it's a way for her to get her stress relieved and things like that. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, that makes perfect sense, man. He's like, I bet she really enjoyed it. And he's like, yeah. So the rich man thought for a second. He's like, well, bud, what'd you get your wife? And he's like, well, I tell you, he's like, we're not used to quite the finer things in life as you guys are, but I still was able to get her something. He's like, I got her I got her a pair of slippers and a dildo. Rich guy was like, you got her a dildo? And the poor guy's like, yeah, I got her a dildo. He's like, I got her a pair of slippers and a dildo. He's like, well, just like you asked me, what the hell is the slippers? What's the slippers for? And he's like, well, the slippers are her size, and she really likes house shoes and things to keep her feet warm. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, if that's the case, let me ask you one more question. He's like, all right. He's like, well, again, like you asked me, well, what the fuck's the dildo for? Poor guy stops and he's like, well, I'll tell you. The dildo is for if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go fuck herself.